Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed, baby. Now, it's countdown, countdown all the way to September though. But it's a countdown to one of the big ones, one of the big fights. You got Terence Bud Crawford versus Canelo Cinnamon Alvarez, right? Two, first-time Hall of Famers, first ballot Hall of Famers. Two great fighters. People are fans of each of these guys. They've done some good things in boxing, right? Just to leave it out there. So it's a big, big fight. And it was just hitting me. I was just seeing, your boy Andre Ward says, hey, straight up, he's got Terence Crawford. No matter what the weight, he has to see somebody, break Terence Crawford's will. He had Amir Khan saying Crawford's awesome, but Canelo's going to be too big. You had Joy Diaz, the trainer, saying Canelo's going to be too big. Crawford's not going to be able to hurt him, and he ain't going to have a chance because he's too small. Those are the two people that I stand out in terms of saying Canelo's going to beat Crawford. Most of the times, I would say I'm hearing about at least 65 to 35 in favor of Crawford, which is ridiculous seeing as though Crawford's 2 to 3 divisions smaller. What you haven't heard at all is Canelo's the better fighter, right? You're not hearing that, which means that it's legitimate to have the fight. If a lot of people, and I'm talking about people that are in boxing for real, like a boxer themselves, a former boxer, or trainers and promoters and stuff. So people who are really into it, people that are in, boxing gyms and stuff like that. So when 65% of them are saying that somebody, that Crawford can beat Canelo, first of all, that's a big, big compliment. It's telling you how awesome this guy is. And then it makes us understand that, damn it, then it's worthy of a fight. Let's see what's going to happen, right? Now, I was thinking about that. I was like, damn, some fights throughout the years, everybody has their fights that they have to stand up for. And I'm talking literally. Like literally where you get up and you be standing up, either pacing, looking at the TV and bending over, seeing what's going on, all of that stuff. You know what I mean? This is a fight you're going to stand up to because you're going to be totally excited. I'm going to probably be standing up for most of this fight with Terence Crawford and Canelo. It's very significant, right? And it was just hitting me. What fights did you stand up for? I know a lot of you guys, y'all was standing up for Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather. That fight that you try to call boring, people try to call boring. And I don't want to go in it in this video, but I was about to do a video saying a fight where a brother doesn't get hit has never been called exciting because you're not going there to see a brother not get hit. If you're honest to yourself, think about it. A fight where the brother don't get hit much, does anybody ever called it anything other than boring, right? And that's why people would say Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather was boring. And I beg to differ and would tell everybody, if you're honest with yourself, was it boring when you jumped up from your couch in round 4 and round 6 when Manny Pacquiao hit him a time or two? Did you get up and get in front of the TV and start jumping around? Did you? Yeah, probably did. So it wasn't boring. What was boring was, damn, nothing else happened for your boy. But it wasn't boring to watch somebody neutralize a world win, an awesome 8-division champion, like you try to call it, and the first ballot Hall of Famer, to neutralize him. That's not boring to watch. That's awesome to watch. That's precision. You didn't want to watch that. That wasn't boring. I wasn't bored at all. Neither were you till after the result. Now, but you stood up. It's other fights. I think I stood up for my boy Lennox Lewis against Mike Tyson. I stood up for that. A lot of that fight. You know what I mean? You stood up for that. I'm going to tell you another fight I think I stood up for. Gennady Golovkin versus Daniel Jacobs. Right? Because I knew Daniel Jacobs had a shot there. And at that time, it was like, couldn't nobody mess with Gennady Golovkin, let the media tell it. And I was like, Daniel Jacobs is going to give him a good fight. I know he had got knocked out before, but I was like, Daniel Jacobs is going to give him a good fight, and he did. Daniel Jacobs arguably won that fight. I would challenge people to go back and score that fight. Even with Daniel Jacobs, the knockdown. Go and score that fight. And you might come up with something. Probably don't want to say it out loud, but I think I would stand up for that fight, for a lot of it. Here's another one that made me stand up, I think, but y'all ain't gonna know about this one. This is gonna be like, did you stand up for that? I was standing up for Vladimir Klitschko versus David Haye. That first one. I knew David Haye was coming up, and but I was liking some David Haye. He had punch of power, and he was hard to hit. David Haye had some upper body movement and stuff going on, and some power. He don't waste his punches. And I knew it was gonna be hard to get back past Dr. Steelhammer's jab, so it was gonna be hard, and it turned out to be. But I was standing up through a lot of that fight, and wishing my boy David Haye well. Now, seeing as though I've never went for Vladimir Klitschko. Now, Vitaly is another story. I like me some Vitaly. Vladimir, I wasn't really, a big fan of his. But it surprised me because I didn't get up at first. But when Vladimir Klitschko, at about 40 years old, faced Anthony Joshua, right? And when he started looking good in that fight, I jumped up in front of the TV for Vladimir Klitschko. Never been a fan of him. Man, Davey, you looking good today, man. Look at you, looking real good. Hey, yeah, you got him down. Go after him. Go after him, tripping. For somebody that I'm normally not going for. But, like I've told all you guys, the guys that come check Doma out, I've told you, when I'm indifferent, I do go automatically for the underdog in all sports. When I'm indifferent, I go for the underdog. And at that particular time, Vladimir Klitschko was an underdog in that fight. So, to sum it up, they just wanted to come to a few fights that made me stand up from jump. There's probably a couple of more that I'm not thinking about. But my point here is Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez is that significant to where you're going to be standing up for most of that damn fight because it's significant to us all for a lot of reasons, which we don't have to get into. We're going to keep it positive here. There's a lot of reasons. It's a big fight. A lot of fights we sit back, chill out, do what we're going to do, sit on the couch, whatever. But, when it comes to them big fights, you be up. And Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez is one of them. So enjoy. Doma Sports Talk worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.